Hello everyone. Welcome to another stream. Patrick, how's it going? How are you? How are you? How are we doing? Okay, we're gonna switch to the work mode. Where is it? Just gonna make sure I'm not posing any keys, which I usually do. So we'll see. All right. So let's begin. I'm gonna close the tabs I'm not looking at. Because I can hear my PC almost crying out loud at the moment. I have too many Chrome tabs for my own good. Focus. What? Let's see this guy. And I don't know why there's no chat option in Restream. It could be that we just go ahead and I could just open it on one of my screens here. Here. There it is. Okay. Good. So we'll just stick to this. Okay. So what I'm working on right now is essentially, I think I have to actually restart my Chrome. Could be. It doesn't die on me. Let's try to see if it fixes if I win one of the win. I think we're gonna be fine. We'll see. What? Tazib says, hi sir, live today. Yes. 4 a 3-hour misclick 3344. What is that? What is that? I don't get it. But anyways, we overlay position not to have reposition. I think this is the one I've finished already. One of the things that I'm working on now is and by the way, this is a product that we launched on okay, you're talking about that. This here. Yeah. Yep. That's a fun one. I still have to work on it a bit, but maybe not a priority for now. Tazib says, what is it about? Do we think that I think the restream chat can have a bit more overlay, because on white it seems like I can't even see your messages. So let's try to fix that. Chat.restream IO. Go to settings, appearance. Maybe like this. I think it's a bit better. Scaled to 130. Let's go to chat. I would have to refresh, but I think your messages would be gone, but that's fine. We'll see at least how it looks. No, it doesn't look good at all. We should see some sort of, I think it's this one, sorry. So default compact, it should be default, and it should be like this. Yeah, I think this is a bit nicer. No, I think it's at least you can see your messages there. What do we think? Is it okay? I think the scale is good as well. We'll keep it like this. Okay, good. So what is this? This is essentially a product for live streams. For example, you can see the clock up there at the top. So that clock essentially is, if I'm focusing on something, I can mark it as a focused session, or if I'm taking a break, because this is a technique that's called Pomodoro, and it's a very well-known technique in the world when it comes to productivity, when it comes to, you know, not being burnt out when you're working too much on different projects, etc. So this keeps you in focus. You don't focus on other things. And how it works is that you decide what kind of time do you want to use for focusing. Then you take a short break or a long break. And then you keep doing this on and on. So you don't constantly work for 4 hours, for example. You take breaks in between. So this forces you to do so. So that's what we are going to do. And what I want to actually start with is we looked at the restream thing. There was one thing that I was implementing that would allow you folks in the chat to actually run some commands and see where I am. So we are going to look at that as well. Is it open source? No, not at the moment. No. Abdullah Al Mujahid says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So what we are going to start looking at is there are different ways of implementing this, right? We do have the possibility of running 4 sessions per Pomodoro cycle, which means that if I say, let's start with the beginning. I'm gonna show you how it works. Let's delete it. So first of all, you decide what kind of task are you working on. For example, I'm working on refactoring Pomodoro logic, right? So this is the Pomodoro logic that I have right now. In here, I can say how many Pomodoros am I planning? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Which means that I would have to have a focus session and a break. 2 those things. Dark mode, please. Okay, I'll note that down. So we'll do one thing, and that is for the people to be able to submit these messages, etc. Right? So how do we go about this? So let's say we go with refactoring Pomodoro logic to 1 Pomodoro, right? And then we also go ahead and add dark mode. And I'm also gonna add please. So dark mode is, I think, also 1 Pomodoro. We can do it in less than 25 minutes, I think. Yeah, I agree. So here what happens is that I can start focusing. And this is my estimate, 1. And Patrick says dark mode plus fan. Okay. I can see a lot of people loving it, yes. So we'll do the dark mode. Then I think we can also look into dark mode pretty quickly. I just want to fix the first thing. So we have estimates and we have how many Pomodoros I've done already. Now, traditionally, there are 2 ways that this works. One of them is that you do a single focus task or a focused session and then a short break, this counts as one Pomodoro. So a focus session plus a break. It could be a short break, it could be a long break. It's up to you, whatever you want to take, right? So a focus session and a break is one Pomodoro. But in other techniques or in other practices, what usually happens is you pick one cycle from here, and we have a bug as well. And you take one cycle, and that one cycle has 4 sessions. So you do a focus, a short break, a focus, a short break, and that counts at one cycle, which is, I think it's a standard, but people don't usually use it. And we also found a bug here. You can see that if I move from one place to another, it increases the Pomodoro. I think I fixed it before, but it seems to be coming back again. So we'll see. For example, if I go from focus to short break, you see this count increases. So this should not happen. I'm merely just jumping there and the count is increasing. So that's not correct. So we're going to fix that as well. So switching focus to breaks increases Pomodoro. Okay. So we start with the Pomodoro logic to just have a focus and a short break, and that's it. So we'll start with this one, and you see at the top, the timer automatically starts working, and it takes wherever we are. So we're gonna start with focus, and let's try to focus on this one. Okay, and now we have here the things that we are looking at. So give me 1 second. And I already started a GSD quick for this one. So now we are in the discussion phase. So we'll see how this goes. So which areas do I want to discuss? The counter semantics, I would say data source for total, how it's displays, and also the long break cycle. We may encounter in the middle that we have the bug solved as well when we are discussing the logic. So we'll see. Okay. Looking at the counter says 5. Exactly. So the counter should increment when a new focus session starts, stays the same during breaks, and then you're working on your 5th focus. Exactly. Right. Previously, we did the counter increments when the focus completes before the break start. And I think this is also causing the bug. So we're going to go with the recommended approach here. Let me know if the text is too small, then I can also increase the font size. Is it okay? Is it big? Riza Log says, did you try the new React Doctor? No. Is it good? What's the difference? What kind of things does it fix? Feels like you're about. So we go with this, yeah. Text size is okay. Good. Good. So I also am implementing one thing that should also allow you to see where I am in the Pomodoro cycle. So let's try that as well. It works both on YouTube and Twitch at the moment. No support for Facebook, sorry for now, but hopefully soon. So if I go to Focusdoro bot, if I run npm run dev, let's see if this works for us. Yeah. So try using commands like exclamation focus in the chat. So exclamation focus, try it and see if you see something. I don't want to spoil it for you. So if we go over the estimate, we still show that we went over the estimate to not have this cap, so to say. This would also help us plan better. So if you say, okay, I'm going to do this in 4 Pomodoros, but you go over 5 or 6, then it doesn't really do anything wrong with that. Yeah, so we see the message here on YouTube. So that's nice. If user has no task or all tasks have 0 SMS, what should the denominator be? The phase and the timer. I would basically go with this. But yes, there are also other commands I think that we could add to this. For example, I don't know, if you did exclamation Focusdoro, we could show all the commands that you could run. So maybe we can add that as a ticket as well. So here I could say Focusdoro show help should show all commands available. But we'll see when we get to that point. On YouTube, you see all the messages twice. That's interesting. Let me see if that's the case for me as well. Five. Okay. Interesting. Text is good is once. Focus is once. Facebook, but here you see the messages twice. Interesting. If I do a POMO, let's see what happens. I want to see if it's the bot that's doing it twice or what. I think it's also the timer. I think it's if I do task. Okay, so it's actually sending the messages twice. But we can also add that as well. I'm going to take a screenshot and then share it with Todd. Okay, what should the denominator total plan performance if you have 3 tasks, task estimate 3 done. I think this is good. But it's funny that here it only shows once, right? It's a bit weird. Yeah, in the chat I could also see it twice, which is interesting. I can see we're still running some old timers as well. Brian says, hi, what are you building? Brian, I'm working on this product that I've been working on for quite a while now. It's called Focusdoro. It is a Pomodoro clock for streamers. So as you see at the top, there is a clock right there. And this allows people, especially developers and people who study, to focus better and work on those things. For example, if you're studying, you don't want to get distracted via emails or mobile notifications, you turn on your focus clock, you work through your task, and then once you are in the break, then you check, whatever you want to do then. It also keeps you in check that when you see the clock or when you know it's running, even if you drift away a bit, you get back because you are like, aha, it's a focus session right now, so I should probably not be looking at other things like your phone, for example. Should the done completed task still count towards the denominator? ED task A estimated 3 mark done. I would say yes, it would still count to the total tickets. If we have 3 tickets, all of them have 3 estimates. That means you have 9. And even if you are done with 2 of them, that means it should be 6/9, so to say. And I am getting those, yeah, these timed things. I think I should probably disable them or configure them to show something that's not apparent. Reply commands, and then also I think this should be actually Discord. Git Cheat Sheet is okay. I think we could actually talk about the Mastering Angular Signals book a bit more. Do we have still a discount on this? No, I think that ended. Yeah, that ended on January 31st. I remember. So maybe let's change this one. Books, I would say. Mastering. So we go with this one, and we also have the 2 website. Is that in the chat as well? And I don't think we need a timer for this. So no timer. Thank you. There was also a tool that I built before, and it allowed people to play sound on my machine when you commented on in the chat. It's somewhere. I don't know, but I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we are working with that anymore. Well, it was a fun project as well. Type in the chat. Aha, okay. We never added that for the timer. Okay. And I think this could also be, I don't know, not 5 minutes, maybe, I don't know, every 20 minutes could be something. This could be something, but maybe, I don't know, every 30 minutes. Publish books. Most recent ones are these. We do it every, I don't know, let's pick a really weird number, maybe 31. And we'll go with that. So no timers on the chat, please. Okay, so we look at how should the task reach the overlay. Currently the clock writes pipes. Interesting. You didn't see the chat or the response in the chat. I wonder if it's because of the settings or not. Let's see if we can see that. Also, it seems like I got my YouTube quota reached somehow. Sorry, that was not the one. Give me 1 second. I'll do a pause real quick. So here, if I say Discord, I think it's probably you cannot run it. Yeah, it's something I can run. I think there's something. Give me 1 second. Enable chat timers. Yeah, I think it's something that I can run, not others, which is a bit weird. It says reply command. It should allow. No, but yeah, I think if I run it, that's fine. But try running it again and see if you can see it as well. Also, I think we would have to see. Not this one. I still see the timer, which is a bit weird. I don't know why. Let's see. I'm gonna look at APIs and services. Why do I have 3, 2? Okay. I think we're going a bit overboard with this with the API calls. We have too many. We have about 2000, which is not good. Let's see what quotas do we have. So here you see queries per day, 10,000. We are almost at there. Why though? That's a bit weird. Also have a look here. I'm gonna stop the bot at least. We'll also look into. I'm gonna finally do one thing at the moment. Change them to match overlay. Let's try to focus on one thing. I saw that the YouTube quota is not there. I'm gonna have to add that in the ticket so we don't lose track of it. So we go with YouTube API exceeding quota. We'll look into that when the time comes in. And I really want to fix the restream chat with the timers. So how do we do that? Let's see. I think I would have to check in here and see if I can open the chat. There we go. Brian says, can we try building an app together? What do you have in mind for the app? It really depends on that. Red web player, blah blah blah. Chat settings. Okay, here it is. Timer. So enable timers, disable timers. I hope that the timers go away, but you never know. We'll see. We'll see if the timers come. A cloud application. What kind of cloud application would that be? What do you envision building? And let's see here. We got this guy. Okay, I'm not really sure about the long break in the Pomodoro at the moment. I'm gonna actually resume this. The thing is, I don't think The problem right now in the application is we have two calculations for Pomodoros. One is this one, like how many tasks do we have and how many of them are done. And then we also have this 0 to 4 session. Usually the way it works is that you are here on the focus, you go to the short break, then you go back to focus, and then you go to the long break. But I think it's probably easier to just have the logic where the streamer can decide to go to the short break or the long break themselves, and yeah, the app doesn't have to care about that. So let's actually give that as the criteria. So I would say the long short break would be picked by the streamer themselves. I think the idea would be to keep, actually we can chat about this. So Brian, what kind of cloud applications are we talking about? But then one problem is, if one is on a focus session, should they directly jump into a break in that case or no? I'm thinking still. Let's actually discuss, does the of discounting, but then we wouldn't really have the actual Pomodoro technique where you have shorter break and a longer break. Shouldn't be shown on the stream. We could keep it for the streamer's preference in the app. However, it still becomes confusing to regular users what this means. We could rather maybe I don't know, different visualization or focus, short break, berak, break, focus, long break. Brian says it's called CloudX. It helps people store all their files in one place and create images, notes, and more with a nice AI feature. CloudX. Do you mean it's like a sticky note application? And would you imagine it to be having, I don't know, like a canvas where people can just put those sticky notes like images, I don't know, files or something, or what do you envision? Add delay 1 to 5 minutes. If not now, break. I don't understand. Add delay 1 to 5. I don't think I understand. But here, the Pomodoro technique assumes or expects you to start with a focus. So this little thing right here, this guy, this gray is what I'm doing as a focus, right? Then when it goes to break, it already is done with one of these, so then it moves to the second. It's the short break, then it's focus, and then it's the long break, right? I think this is really confusing for anyone who's coming in, because they would be confused between what is this 0/1 and what is this 0/4, if that makes sense. I think it's probably would be rather better to have a different connotation, so to say. Patrick says focus ends, but you don't switch to break. But that is the Pomodoro technique. So you have focus, as soon as this finishes, you switch it. Now the problem is, if we don't do it automatically, then the streamer has to go and start the clock every single time, which becomes a bit of a hassle, so to say. So it's now a user experience choice. Do we automatically switch and the streamer or the user can come back and reset if they want to, or stop if they want to, or we don't continue automatically and they have to go and click. So I think it's a matter of picking one choice. But the other question I was talking about is that this visualization is not good. It could be better that we have this focus like a purple focus, but it's like a purple ring that we are here and we are doing a focus at the moment, right? Then we have this one as a short break, this one as the focus, and we can pick the colors. Like for example, for the short break, we do have a greenish color. So this one is indigo or purple, and then the short break is a different one, and the long break is a different one. So we could say just show like a ring or something. But let's see. Let's see what we come up with. It could be dots with rings on them. Then with the current one highlighted differently, or just text or something else. But the UX should be so simple that someone who doesn't know Pomodoro can still understand what's going on. Exactly. One out of 4 sessions means nothing to someone who doesn't know Pomodoro, of course. Okay, so here we have something interesting going on. But in the app cycle visualization, focus, short break, focus, long break, which approach feels like? Dot sequence with highlighting. So you are here, or simpler, just the focus session. Done, done, next, next. Or mini progress bar. I like this. This is something that I don't see too often, like in the form of the terminal UI. So it's nice. So done, done. Now next. Interesting. But then the problem is, I think still is, it's quite possible that we don't really need this. We could just say we have 5 Pomodoros. Each Pomodoro means, but then the problem would be, would it be, what I'm thinking is, it could be each Pomodoro just means one focus and one break. But the question would be, would it be short break or long break? So that's an interesting approach, because the problem becomes, if I'm saying I want in my settings, oh no, did I lose the timer? Hopefully not. If I say here that that was, by the way, the wrong link. If I say settings here, if I say focus duration is 25 minutes, Short break is 5, long break is 15, sessions before long break. This is the thing here. So here I can configure if it would take 3 sessions or 4 sessions or 8 sessions, so to say. Okay, I think we'll keep it like this. But then the question becomes, how do we justify that? Sorry, give me 1 second. I think I should just move this to 4. I keep messing it up, but let's see. Noman Hassan says question mark. Noman, क्या question है आपका? Examples at different points. So long break, next long break after one more. Crystal clear to anyone, takes more space, less visual. If we go with the mini progress bar, mm, 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 mm. Just a focus session. I'm thinking if this one makes more sense or this one. The dots usually feel natural in here, and we have a lot of round shapes. We don't have anything that's just like a bar in here. We do have some things in the history that are sort of bars, but not particularly. No, I don't think so. I think I'm the only one on leaderboard so far. Yep. But I think it could be just the dots. So we can probably just say dots with tooltips. Dot sequence with highlight. Done. Next. Okay. I would say go with dot sequence with highlight and press N to add nodes. We can keep the dot sequence, but with tooltips each dot to explain what that is. Okay, then we go with this one. And also let's not forget to resume this guy. Okay, so for the dot sequence, should it show all phases, focus breaks, or just the focus session? I'm thinking. I think we should have the breaks as well. The focus break should be the thing. Large for focus, 7 dots total. I think it's a bit confusing because it says here it's 4 pomo cycle, but I don't know. Let's see. Shouldn't the 4 pomo cycle be focus? Why are we saying it to be for focus? Let's say, for example, a task has 3 Pomodoro estimates. In my understanding, that is FB, FLB, and then I think Claude is confused, and it's confusing me as well. Let's see. Good question. Okay. So the cycle with session before long break is 4 is focus, short break, focus, short break, focus, short break, focus, long break. Interesting. Okay, let's see. I'm going to change my camera. If your task has estimate 3, task B has estimate 2. That's 4 Pomodoro cycle. Okay, per cycle. You can find the email, I think, somewhere. I think if you go to CodewithAhsan.dev, it's quite possible that you'll see the email somewhere. Yeah, there is here. So try finding it here. Let's see if you can find all of. Yeah, I can see it sends on all channels, so you should be good. So, okay. If task A takes 3 focuses, task B takes 2. Long break triggers after the 4th. Okay. I thought of 1 Pomodoro being FB or that may be when the sessions, because I think we have a setting, or I know we have a setting somewhere here. So sessions before long break, right? So here, 2 seems to be set to 4 default. Maybe we should change that. Otherwise, one task would be 1 Pomodoro or less all the time, or for most of the task would be the case. Let's see. But essentially, Brian, if you go just down there, you can find all the links. So if it's LinkedIn you want to reach out to, you want to reach out via email, all of that can be found there. We'll also see if we hear the sound when this ends. Yep, we do. Good. One word is one focus session. You follow the textbook regular 4 focuses, then a long break. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so we keep it like the other one. Unknown something says, "Hey, hi, I want to code something, but ChatGPT is not helping. Is there any which may allow me to code without any restrictions?" What kind of restrictions are you facing? If it's something that ChatGPT is restricting, I think it's probably for the better. I don't know. And I think we also have this problem of now not going to the next one automatically. So we would have to also have a setting maybe somewhere that automatically moves it to the next one, right? Mm, but maybe you could try out, I don't know, ChatGPT should have some settings that allows you to override it, I think. Hmm. Let's see. I want to take a break, but I also don't want to leave this in the middle now. After the phase label, same line. I think I would probably go with this. I know how to build the commands, but never worked focus system. So it's hmm. Let's take a quick break. Uh, Relax for a while, and also maybe I'm gonna warm up my coffee. It's cold twice now. I'll be right back. Oh, I was thinking of having some sounds, at least in the background, that's not music. Maybe something that is, I don't know. a natural sound or a cozy one with some fireplace sound. I don't know. Let me know if you already have. Um, hmm. I do know Restream has a sound effect. I could use that. Let's see. I think it's not really there in the when you're streaming from OBS, then it doesn't work. Start. Pixabay. I like Pixabay. And also Pexels as well. See if we can find something nice. Oops, too much. Sound isn't needed. If I play on Spotify. Natural ambience. I like this one. Not too aggressive. But it feels like I'm on a horse or something. I've not used Spotify for a while, or actually ever, but not with my my stream so far. Oh, where's my clock? Forgot to have the timer. Ta-da! Overlay and do you hear the sound, by the way? I don't know if it's too much or too. Then we have this guy, but it's too short. More or less. Backyard. I like it. Gonna wait. Oh. I like it. I think there could also be something like a fireplace. Oop. It's on something that is a bit not too loud. Hmm. Nope. Nope. A bit loud. Do you think it's loud or do you think it's okay? Burning wood. Looking at some water sounds. I think this is okay. I might have to, I don't know, lower down the volume maybe, I don't know. Hmm. Use that in projects. Let's see. Almost out of. Ahsan Mughal says, hello, sir. Hello to you too as well. Let's see if I can open sounds. Ding. Okay, I have to. I will go to bed probably after this one, or maybe in between this one. We'll see. I have to wake up early. Hmm. Where am I? Modified. I think let's go with nature. I would say. I think that's a bit nicer. Loop. Take back. Okay, I think we're good. Go back. So now we are done with one. Okay, but we are actually working on it. Fine. So simplify to focus. Break cleaner matches SB nodes. Yeah, we keep it simple. The true length is 0, not deciding I should the face label in the. Makes sense. Okay, we have to go through these questions now very fast. So the long break cycle. Thoughts in the app only decided earlier. Yeah, that's fine. I would love to walk a bit as well. I had a family coming up to my place last weekend, and then I went to a place, and then now I feel fat. Well, I'll walk. Where is it? Session completed, still resets after long break, drives the dots, task actual never resets, drive the overlay. Two separate concerns. Yeah, agreed. Okay, so we are good. We are ready for the context. And hopefully we should go in the autonomous mode so we see all the things nicely. Increment on the new focus. Okay. And we got data source, numerator, sum task, denominator, display focus, FOMO 5.7 on one line, simplified focus break labels, good. Brian says, I think you will really want to jump into this project if you view it. I'm not sure, to be honest. And the reason is that I have a lot of projects already. So I don't think I have the capacity of one more. But if you are interested in it, what I would recommend to you is even you can start working on it, and you can have people from my community jump on it, to be honest. If you go to CodewithAhsan.dev, and if you go to projects right here, you can find, or you can create a project right here. For example, go here, create a project. I can share the link in the chat so you can find it easily. And ideally, when you create a project, you would essentially be submitting it for review. So I can review it, I can see the details about it, and you can put, for example, the goals, the links, whatever, right here. And then essentially once this is approved, there is a Discord channel which is created automatically in my Discord server, and you can have other people coming up asking to join the project, and then you can work with them as well. If I see it, and if I think I have the capacity, which I'm pretty sure I don't, then I can also look into it as well. Interesting. Let's see. I think the major things that we have to fix, essentially, I hate the bots. There we go. Okay. Now I want to see internal server error. Interesting. Let's see. Able to resume. Okay, so we have the decisions captured. Good. Increment new focus starts. Stays the same during play. Breaks 1/x. Good. Replaces 04 session with the dot sequence. Good. Okay, then we essentially go ahead and we can quickly do a plan phase, and then we'll take it from there. I'll also see if my servers are running here as well. Quickly make it like this. Okay, so we have the server running. Let's check that in the meantime then. It's gonna do the research, so we have some time until then. See, and the last thing that it has done is stack the bars and okay, let's try this. I'm gonna open session, export as PDF, and let's see. We're gonna download this right here, save the report, and see if this formats correctly. Okay. I don't know if we need I don't know if this is this doesn't look bad, but I don't know what does it why do we have this. Aha, we do have the reactions. Aha, okay, then it makes sense. I think this is not bad. Phase distribution was slow, 0% good, 40% fast, 60% not too bad. The reactions are also good, I think. And if you know a good MP3 player for Arch Linux, let me know. The one I'm using doesn't seem nice. Anyways, so we look at this. I think it's good. Stack bars instead of smooth curves, nice. Matching time labels, center legend, that's good. The dev server should hot reload, that's also good. I think it's not as bad, but I don't think this particular part is too professional. Let's see if I can make this work. Section could be formatted, could be made a bit nicer. Seems too simple. A lot of white spaces as well. We'll see when this becomes a bit better. I was thinking maybe we should have another view that's mostly, I don't know, coding live stream split. Okay. I want to see what that looks like. Give me 1 second. Coding live streams. So this is the one. Go to this. I'm gonna go to split. And here, thinking what happens if we I don't know. We don't have the minimal. Rather have not the rounded webcam. Video cam, rounded webcam. I can duplicate this, split webcam, and that could mean we don't have any filters on it. So no filters, crop pad, that's a bit nicer, and split. Instead of rounded webcam, we replace it with a scene that should be split webcam. Yep, there we go. So if I go with split webcam, I'm trying to adjust something in the stream, so bear with me. Filters, we're gonna do crop padding, we're gonna do, I don't know, 800 from the left, 800 from the right. Then we see the split. Okay, this is much better. And then we make that in here. So we have the stream chat somewhere, I don't know, here. Trying to see where would it make the most sense. I don't know, maybe here. And get our clock somewhere around, I don't know, the clock stays the same. Okay, I have no clue what I did. That's not what I did. Webcam minimal supposed to be like let's see. Bit better. But then we took the chat. Oh no, I made a mistake. Oh, this actually no, made a mistake. Let's see. I remove this guy. I add a source. So confident on this one. Rounded webcam. That was the one. But it had to be here. And it had to be like this. Something around here. And this was the one that I was trying to fix, but then yeah, that looks a bit weird. But I'll fix it maybe later. So keep it like this for now. I thought I had it nicely. But let's see. So what are we changing now? And I will most likely leave in about 4 minutes. Not 4 minutes, 6 minutes. So let's see. Now we're gonna test out the app itself. Let's give it one more go. Fresh, export, PDF, save it like this, add it, open it. Okay, I think this is a bit nicer. So we have the paste distribution. Slow is 0. This is much better than the previous one. So total participants engagement rate, feedback completion. Then we got the sentiment timeline. That's not too bad. And then we got the coaching strengths as well. I think this is okay. I'm gonna keep it like this. Let's see. Commit. Also, commit looks nice. We'll also check PST progress. Okay, now we got execute plan. So I'm gonna say auto. I'm gonna step away soon. We did framework updates, audience UX data quality, landing pages, good enough. We got AI infrastructure intelligence, that's also done. Okay, we do have the speaker profile, but I want to check the speaker profile now. Okay, give me UAT for speaker profile. Haven't tested that or the CLI commands yet. We'll see. Okay. So set a username with patch this username, your username. Toggle profile visibility, but okay, this one is a bit tricky. The Swagger part doesn't have auth at the moment. How do we start using it? The patch all within there. Ahsan tag कर रहे हैं साद अली को. Good. Exactly. Because last time it said I have to use the API endpoints, but it doesn't really support that, so that doesn't work. Okay. Paste your super V. Click authorize. Let's see. Let's quickly open that. Swagger. First go to our audience meter. We open the DevTools and we copy the token. Let's go to application, local storage, and this is the token. So let's copy the value. Copy value. And then we go to Swagger. Whoops, what happened there? You can see my Chrome is at its dying stage. So don't know. Maybe I should close a bunch of things or restart Chrome. I do remember I've closed a big chunk of applications, but okay. Let's open. You can see it's super slow. I'm gonna remove, or I'm gonna close one tab that's, I think, is taking much more space. So hopefully things, or my Chrome would just crash out. We'll see. Yeah, let's see. It's active, but it's not really active. Localhost 3000 docs. We go authorize, we paste the key here, authorize, we have the value here. Now let's do the testing. I'm gonna quickly go ahead to the testing part. So we're gonna do users ID username with username having my username. We go user ID username, try it out, and let's also try to get my username as well. I think my camera just died. Let's see. Give me 1 second. We see the user right here. We copy the ID, go back to the app, put it here, and let's say we add it to SNIS. We make the call. We got it. So we got the user here. The username is now patched. So that's done. Then we check the profile visibility, so we also check the public to true. Do that. Profile visibility. Try it out. Change that to true. And pick the ID from here. And we go and we do this. Execute. So we should have the profile public set to true as well. What did we have more? Mark a session as public. Okay. So all of this is happening on the database level at the moment. I know I have my Pomodoro done, but I will probably I want to test it out, so I can go to sleep. Because I want to test at least the profile UAT, and then we land it. So we have the sessions ID publicly visible to true. So I'm gonna actually take this guy. I go to Swagger, and let's see sessions, response, feedback. This is session, and then we should have public visibility. Try it out. Change this. And let's take a session ID. So here, if I think this is the session ID. Yeah, let's copy this. Swagger, put the ID, execute, and we got success in this case. So we have published false, but what did we change? Publicly visible true. Publicly visible true. I think the published is already there, so maybe we should have used that, but I don't know. Maybe it should have like published, publicly visible. I don't know. Maybe we can mark it as that. Now we're gonna go to speakers, username, your name, public profile. So we go to local host and we go to speakers, Ahsan /public profile. I don't like the URL name for this because it feels a bit weird. Speakers / your name / public profile, no auth needed. But we got a 404. That's not correct. Speakers / Ahsan / public -profile. Public -profile. That seems okay to me. Okay. Let's first get this part and also get this part as well. And let's also get, I think the session is there, but the publicly visible for the user should be okay. For example, this is the user profile visibility, right? This is actually okay. And if I take the image here, good enough. I marked the user's profile public. However, we have been trying to see the user. So do I need to restart the server or what? I don't think it's running the build version, but still, we'll see. Speaker profile page. But do we have the 4321 running as well? I don't think so. The host 321. Okay, so I have that running. I did not know that. But then if I go to IaaS, I don't see that. It's a 404 still. You're hitting the Angular localhost. Type in URL per. Okay. For the API endpoint, directly hit it. So I did have a typo in there. Yeah, there we go. But then when I see Astro and I see Ahsan IaaS, or was it speakers / Ahsan IaaS? Aha, it's at Ahsan IaaS. Gotta be more careful with the typos here. But then, should this work or not? And we do see this, which is still a bit nice. We for correcting the typo, I do see the API response, not the Astro speakers page though. So let's see. Okay, the route checks for add prefix, so here must be which is correct, yes. Okay. Okay, so let's see ls. Where do we have the... Okay, 4 3 2 1. Let's close this. Let's see. You're running the Astro server. Restart it. In we are. Okay, then I would just go ahead and do it this way. Okay, so there's no one now. We go here, Astro, and we refresh. Yay, that's nice. The rating is a bit weird, which is not accurate. So we do have in here we do have the responses, right? So Astro is not getting the responses right. The data on Astro speakers page seems incorrect. I don't know if we should save it or let's fix it. I think it's gonna just auto compact, so I don't need to clear it. Keeps telling to compact, but I don't know. Or to clear. I don't want to clear it. But I did do that. Looking at the API response screenshot, attending count 0, feedback count 0. I think I did that actually. Did not I do it? I did. So public visibility is true. That is exactly the one. I did execute it, I think. Yep. Yep, I did. Hmm. The feedback revision query returns empty despite feedback. Assisting chat if the Prisma feedback models session uses session ID correctly, or if there's a filter condition like hmm. Um, I think it's not needed to be. I don't know. You can double check it, and don't worry about the session context. Compact. Soon. Okay, I think that's actually it for me today. So I'm gonna leave it at here, and then we'll see next time what it looks like. So we do have some things that are working, that are being worked on for the Focusdoro item, and then some for the audience meter. We'll see how that turns out to be. Yeah, it's compacting it now. Well, anyways, thank you for joining today, and I'll see you next time.